Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. I want to address the subject matter of the violence that is occurring at the Trump rallies. We on the right get blamed and people say we're violent. They associate us with the white supremacy, they associate us with right-wing terrorist groups. But as we can clearly see, the left is so much more violent. I'm watching them. The latest one in San Jose, I believe it was, where the police really had no protection for citizens. Trump supporters were attacked. The police were not there. The mayor of San Jose even came out and blamed Trump for coming to their city. So the left is definitely violent. And what I see in all these protests are the Mexican flags. We have been invaded by Mexicans. It has been orchestrated, it has been permitted by the government on the left and the right, Republicans and Democrats. The borders are not secure, and I might be harping on this a lot, but it's a serious situation. When you have no sovereignty, when you have no borders, you don't have a country. And that's what's happening. I see more Mexican flags flying. I see American flags getting burned. I don't know if these people are legally here, they're U.S. citizens. If they're not, I have no idea of knowing that. But there's more Mexican flags. And violence is getting worse. I look at Hillary Clinton and her desire to outlaw, to ban guns, to trample on the Second Amendment. To me, that is just asking for a civil war. They've done enough to demand or deserve a civil war. And I know what a civil war looks like. I've been in countries that are shitholes, and it's violent, chaotic, the innocent die, the innocent suffer. But I am tired of living in a country that I don't feel free anymore. There are so many regulations and bureaucracies. And don't say, oh, you're free to make this video. You know what? We're coming to a point with a lot of the social medias where they're actually not letting you make videos that disagree with the government, with the agenda, the New World Order. And that's not conspiracy. It's not like, oh, Dave, you're talking. There is a push to fundamentally change. And President Obama said that. He wanted to change America, and he is changing it. With the influx of illegal immigrants also comes diseases that we haven't had in years and years and years, decades. And they're spreading inside the United States. I'm not going to go and riot. The point of rioting is fruitless. If guys like me get to the point of rioting, it won't be a riot. You know, I'm trained to do something a little bit more than just a riot. So as they push us further and further into the corner, our response, and I believe is justified by the Constitution. And some might say, well, it's not biblically justified. I tend to disagree with that statement that a lot of pastors say. They say you gotta do what the government says. No, we don't. The government clearly has established a constitution and checks and balances in that constitution, and it clearly says when they go too far and overstep their bounds, we're obligated to do something about it. So I'm just following exactly what our government has established and we have established. But it is getting closer and closer. My neighbor has come out on Facebook and she's a diehard Hillary fan. She's a nice lady and I get along great with her. But as I go along, is she my enemy? I think she is, in the sense that she's pushing a politician that's going to take my liberties, my freedoms away. So I guess my neighbor would be my enemy in a worst case event. She definitely wouldn't be my friend. She's not a supporter of the Constitution. So what are we going to do? I can make these rant videos, and I do, because this is a healthy way to get things out and discuss things and try to come up with solutions. Where is the governor? Why aren't governors that have borders either on the Canadian side or the Mexican side, why don't they mobilize their National Guard and seal the borders? If you don't, you're playing along with the establishment. You have the authority and power, and if you don't worry about it. Just do it. Do what's right. But that might mean butting heads with the federal government and all that money they send us, which is our money, or they just print the money. I think in a few years, this country could go into a civil war, because I'm not going to lose any of my freedoms. I've lost enough. I can't give up anything else. I hope you feel the same way. And if it means a civil war, then it means a civil war. I'm not just going to roll over, give up, let them do whatever they want. We have been invaded. It is an invasion of a group of people that are not assimilating into our country. I go out and I hear a lot of foreign languages, most of them being Spanish. Now, is there anything wrong with that? Is that racist? No, it's not racist, but these people are not assimilating. They're not here legally, so they are a direct threat. If they're willing to break a law and cross the border, what other laws do they have? So it's getting closer and closer to that time. And it's not a white thing, it's not a black thing, it's not even a Mexican thing. It is an American thing. We have no jobs in this country. The inflow of people coming in, plus our politicians sending them out. We need to do something. And I am tired of no one doing anything. Governors, you need to stand up. I would say high-ranking officers, but they've been purged from the military. But high-ranking officers, you need to start standing up. What Hillary Clinton did with the emails, that is illegal, wrong, and harmful to our country, especially harmful for national security. She's still running for president. There was a poll that most people said even if she's indicted, she needs to continue running. What is wrong with our country? What is wrong with people? So it will come one day. It might be a year from now, it might be 2 years, it might be 5, it might be 10. But it will come a time that as Americans, not a white American, not a black American, not Mexican American, but Americans of every color need to stand up and say the Constitution is being trashed. 50 years ago, our country was a totally different country. Our great-grandparents would not recognize what it is today. It has changed so much. So I got on you guys hard about weight. We need to get in shape. That's a must. So I hope you're doing something. Next, what I want to talk to you about is I want your mindset. I want you to start studying the Constitution so you don't ever have to doubt what you know is right. There's a clear path that is set to restore the Constitution and the Republic. It's an expensive path. The path isn't cheap. The path is not easy. But the path is something we will have to take soon. A year, 2 years, 10 years. We will have to take that path. The problem is the longer we go, not going on that path, not taking the medicine, it makes it harder for us. I can turn around and I can blame the generations before me that let things happen. And my son can blame me and say, Dad, you didn't do anything. You knew things were wrong. So we're not going to throw blame around. What we're going to do is motivate us to prepare as preppers, as Americans. Time is coming to a point where if we don't act, it will be impossible to act. Right now, most of the college students believe in socialism. That's really close to communism. That is a direct result of public education. So as I continue to see the violence at the Trump rallies, I continue to see an invasion by a group of people that is here illegally. As I continue to see governors, mayors, other politicians not doing anything about it, they need to be held responsible. There is a path coming. You will have to get on that path, and it's the hardest path we will ever get on. But it's a necessity if you want to save the republic. Do we need to organize our own security for Trump rallies? Our political system works because people can talk, they can share, they can gather without fear of violence from the other side. When this is hindered or altered, it changes the whole game. Do we need security? Do we need oath keepers? Do we need armed citizens with assault rifles to protect our right to gather freely without fear of death, violence, or intimidation? What happened if 100 Minutemen or sheepdogs showed up armed with AR-15s, highly trained, highly professional, body armor? Do we not have a right to protect ourselves if the police will not? Do we not have a right to debate, to get together and have a political rally? When that is hindered upon or harassed, we have to do something drastically. Powers that be will not do anything. There was 4 arrests made in the San Jose riot and attack and assault against Trump supporters. 4 arrests. Police officers, I know you have a hard job. You know what's happening out there. Guys like me, you don't ever have problems with. We respect law enforcement. We respect the law. One day you're going to have to make a decision. Are you going to keep enforcing and supporting a government or a political system that is directly violating the Constitution and destroying the republic? I don't have the answers. Yeah, I do. I have the answers. It's restore the republic, restore the Constitution, get rid of the criminal politicians. Even if we get rid of the politicians, there's a whole bureaucracy of people and a machine that will have to be destroyed, not just elect new politicians. The system has to be destroyed completely and rebuilt. You can vote a few politicians out, the bureaucracy, the establishment behind the scenes where all the real power is will still be what it is, a hindrance and wanting to do harm against the Republic and the Constitution. Thanks for watching.